This is the Aftermarket Radio Network.
Well, hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Auto Repair Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Walker. My co-host today is Kim, and today we're here with Robert Morton from Panhandle Eurotech. Before we get into our episode, I want to thank our friends at RepairPal for providing the episode. RepairPal is the key that unlocks more business for your repair shop. Learn more at repairpal.com/shops. And our friends at AppField. Want to revolutionize your marketing? AppField does it all. Email, text, app notifications, and even call center integration. Stop guessing and start connecting with AppField. Hey, Robert.
Hello.
Thanks for being here with us today. We're live from Vision, so...
we're live?
We are. We are alive, and we're at Vision, and we're recording, but you're right. We're not live.
Okay, I was going to need a curse button on here.
But we are at Vision right now, and if you've listened to the last couple of episodes, we've been recording from Vision. We're having a great time. Kim was teaching a class yesterday, and Robert was telling her about something interesting that they're doing, and we wanted to talk to him on the podcast about that today.
Yeah, so yesterday, Caroline and I were teaching a class on hosting events at your shop, how to market them, plan for them. Robert showed up late. First of all, I'm calling you out. That was fun. But I totally forgot about your business partner, Chris. So I'd been engaging with Chris most of the class. He's like throwing in ideas, asking questions. And then Robert comes in, and I think it was on the break, actually, that y'all started telling me. What threw me off is you're a client.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, are we part of this? Is our team helping you with this in any way? So it blew my mind. And it made me realize that we left out a whole portion of our hosting events with your shop that now I need to go add in, which is more like a virtual sort of event. So they start unraveling for me what they're doing at Panhandle Eurotech. And it was so super cool to me that I said, okay, we got to get you on the podcast. So tell everybody what you're doing.
Well, we do treasure hunts. And what we do is we use our website for clues. We use Facebook for engagement and answering questions and making fun of people who are lost. We post clues. Right now, there's a schedule. We're going to have to add in some more because people are getting antsy already. What we do is we hide an artifact somewhere in Amarillo, public property. No one's going to get in trouble for being there. We have rules, no digging, no swimming, no climbing. You may need a tall friend if you're short, but you shouldn't have to climb. And so we release these clues. People have to solve them. There's computer work involved. There's Google involved. Google Maps is involved. And then there's legwork. So we find things at certain parks that we can use for a clue. They got to go count rocks or, figure out how many benches there are, but we don't tell them what they're looking for. They've got to figure it out.
Come back to the artifacts for a second. Like, what kind of things are you hiding?
Oh, it's just like a medallion.
Okay.
Like a challenge coin, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, something in a movie, somebody's looking for this gold medallion, and when they find it, it's going to, it's like that. So it's got our logo on it, and it's got some words etched into it. I can't remember what it says, but yeah, so we hide that somewhere, and then it lasts about 2 months before somebody finds it, usually. So we may have to...
2 months. So like generally, how many clues are you posting? How often are you posting them?
So right now, we don't tell them when we're going to post clues because we want them going back to our website every day and checking.
Okay.
Over and over and over again. But right now, it's like every 7 days, There's a clue. We normally do 2 a week, and Chris is still working on the clues because he didn't actually get it all done before we launched it. But that's okay because he's got a lot of puzzles for him to solve right now. So the first clue is really fun because in the clue, you find a code in the words of what park you have to go to. The clue is really vague about what they have to do. I can read it to y'all if you want.
Yeah, definitely.
And so they have to figure out a number, and then there's an email address. It's PET the number @gmail.com. And then they get an auto response with a clue that's going to help them with the next clue that gets posted on the website. It's kind of a little hint to help out with.
So they're giving you their email address. They're visiting your website. And then that email that we looked at it last night or yesterday. So the email had that with the number. Is that the number of the treasure hunt that you're doing, or is it the number of the clue? Like, because you've done this 4 or 5 different times.
I don't think anyone in Amarillo is going to hear this, so I'll tell you. There's a water fountain that's got 2 rings around it made out of pavers. And so it's the smaller ring, so there's 85 pavers.
Okay.
So they have to count those pavers, and then it's PET treasurehunt85@gmail.com.
I got you.
And then when they figure that out, they'll get an auto response with a clue.
Okay.
And when our next clue drops, this clue is going to help them
Okay.
with that one.
Okay.
How did you initially get this out there? I mean, obviously, you've got a decent number of people involved. First of all, how many people do you think are involved in this? And then what did you do initially to get people to learn about it?
The first time we did it was maybe 2016, 2017. We just started on Facebook. I think we had them put something on the radio about it. And then the first one we did, Chris and I started it together. He got sick or had to leave town or something happened. And so I ended up finishing out and doing it all. And I was going around town every day, counting stars on buildings and, at the courthouse. And there's a horse that had hands painted on it. We have a bunch of quarter horses in Amarillo at all the businesses. And I couldn't use that for a clue because it had yellow handprints that were faded and you couldn't see them. Well, anyway, so the first one we did, I think we had about 300 people actively playing and going out and searching. I had friends that were playing a plumbing company. We would drive by a park in the middle of the day and there would be 4 trucks from this plumbing company in the parking lot. All the managers were out there looking for our stuff.
Now, one thing, it's important to share, why would people want to participate in this? What was in it for them? Like your first one.
The first one we gave away a Mazda Speed 3.
Yeah.
And then we did cash, $400 or $500. And then we did a Volkswagen Jetta, which turned out to be a bad thing. The guy ended up having to spend some money on it. And we helped him out with a ton of stuff on the car. The next 2 were just money also. And this one's just cash. The motivation is not the prize, it's the game.
It's the gamification of...
Yeah. There's a group that have got a bunch of medical workers, nurses, and people that work in a hospital. There's 6 or 7 of them that they work together on it. One of the ones, Chris built a puzzle. It had wheels with gears and numbers on them that you had to roll around and have them match up to find a code. They took pictures of it because it was only available during business hours. They had to go to our shop to play with it. And so they went home and built it as a team.
Yeah.
As I listen to this, I think about the search for Forrest Finn's treasure. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah. My buddy Chris and his friends would actually go up to Colorado every year.
And that was such a cool story. I knew nothing about it. JR introduced me to that. He and I don't even remember where we went, but he and I had to drive somewhere, and it was a pretty long road trip. It was one of these conferences or something. He was telling me about it, and there's a podcast series about it. And I listened to that podcast series, and it was just fascinating. But I could see this like really attracting the people that are into, hunting for that, or even the geocaching community or any of that kind of stuff.
When we were doing the first treasure hunt and looking for places and clues and places to hide it, I found so many geocaching little...
Did you really?
Yeah, I ended up downloading the app because of it to see like, okay, someone hid this little thing here.
I totally forgot.
That's pretty funny.
Is that even still a thing? I haven't heard anybody talk about that.
Yeah, they still do it.
Okay, that's a lot of fun.
But someone found Finn's treasure 2 years ago, finally. You know what the next one is?
About this.
No, I don't.
There's an airplane that somebody lost. It was a World War II bomber, guy and a co-pilot. It'd been restored and it's his toy and he's flying it. Something happened. It was going down. They bailed with parachutes and they're floating down and they watch that plane ride itself and just keep going.
What?
So that guy has a cash reward. I can't think of the name of it, but he's got a cash reward if somebody finds that airplane. It's somewhere over Arizona, Utah, in the mountains up.
No kidding.
Wow.
Do you know about that?
No, I don't.
He just wants his plane back, even though it's going to be destroyed. There's no clues to that one, though.
All right. So, this all sounds fun and everything, but where does it come in? Like, what is the benefit to your business?
There's actually a lot. Something that's near and dear to me is just community engagement, because we have people out there doing this. Normally, every time, it's probably 200 or 300 people that are actively out in the world looking for clues and doing things. Probably another 1,500 are sitting at home on their computer just trying to figure out the clues and see what they can come up with on their own without going out places.
Now, how do you know those numbers?
Website metrics.
Okay.
We don't have any numbers right now. with your website, I'm going to put Danny on blast. She told me how to get my website metrics from the deal. And so I go and look, and we still have our old shop loaded in. I don't have Eurotech, so I can't see.
Yeah.
So she's going to fix that for me by Monday. But yeah, so lots of website traffic, a lot of unique IP addresses come in, a lot of people constantly going back. Then we use Facebook to answer questions. We've got a clue coming up that's going to be hard. We've got a clear link on our webpage over a certain page on one of our employees' profile pictures. He's got a little Cheez-It box. So we actually have a clue that's going to come out that they have to find that link. Well, no one's going to know where the clue is. So we're going to use Facebook to give people, because a lot of people shared posts for us for a little hint, and that's what they're going to get is it's somewhere on our website. So that's going to get people on our website, on every web page, mousing around looking for stuff, and that's going to help drive our Google ranking.
I love talking about sponsors of the podcast who have already worked with and who I've used before. So today, I'm super excited to talk to you about RepairPal, which, if you didn't know, will introduce your shop to new customers through RepairPal.com, the largest site for auto repair, and through the recommendation of their partners like USAA, CarMax, and Consumer Reports. Our shop was in a RepairPal certified network, and it was great for getting new customers who were looking for more than just oil changes. The average RepairPal customer spends over $600 on their first visit. I loved it, especially because we all know that consumers still mistrust repair shops. But the millions of customers that visit RepairPal.com monthly, they trust RepairPal certified shops for their high quality and great service. And there's no fear about being overcharged, so we were able to just focus on the repair. I highly recommend you check them out. It's the way to grow your business. Go to RepairPal.com/shops, get 1 month of service free, and save $150 off certification. Independent auto repair shops, get ready to transform your business with AppFueled. It's time for your professional auto service shop to have its own customer loyalty app. AppFueled will build an app that launches a custom loyalty program for your shop in 30 days or less, fully integrated with your point of sale system. Bring Fortune 500 level customer retention strategies to your business without the Fortune 500 budget. Many shops are enjoying the benefits. Our app engages your customers with a loyalty ladder, enticing them to climb the next rung, coming back more often and spending more each visit, all with your own app. Build loyalty with your customers to your brand and boost your shop's growth. Get your first app in 30 days or less, all without breaking the bank. Ready to start? Let AppFueled take your business to the next level. Go to appfueled.com or meet founder Jeremy Glasgow and book your complimentary app vision session at appfueled.com/Jeremy. That's appfueled.com/Jeremy.
Well, Chris was saying yesterday in class, he was excited about that because it was going to have a big impact on the bounce rate. They're going to come to the website and be on the website for so long, digging around, looking, reading all these different pages, and it's just so smart.
So for those of you who are listening, that don't know how this works, traffic to your website, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more traffic you get, the more traffic you get, because Google will see the amount of traffic that goes to your website, and they will use that as a ranking factor for the website. And then they were talking about bounce rate, and bounce rate is the number of people who come into a website and leave that website from the same page that they entered from. So basically, they came to the website, they didn't take any kind of action on it, they left. And then you have the time spent on the website also, which is another thing that Google can look at and determine, is this website engaging people? Is it a good website to get people to go to? So you've got this thing that you've created that is driving more traffic to the website. It is causing people to have to go to more than one page on the website, and it is increasing the time on the website. So this is helping your search rankings probably pretty dramatically.
The first time we did it, I really don't know where we were at on Google, but after the first time we did it, we got put at number 1 on the search and on the map, number 1 or 2, below the ads. And we stayed there for 7 years.
You were even saying yesterday, you or Chris, one or the other, was talking about how originally when this started and then throughout, people were now going onto Google searching for the name of your business in Amarillo.
Yeah.
Again, that was just another thing for driving traffic. Have y'all started using the pixel that's tracking the people on your website to now retarget them in any ads or anything.
We haven't.
But you've got it, right? Because they've been coming to your site. So that's just another metric that you're winning. Be able to use that later on, just like the email addresses.
I wanted to touch on that community engagement again, because we have people emailing us, calling us, telling us thank you. There were people that they were struggling in their marriage and having problems. It got them out of the house and broke up the monotony. And they were just like, thank you so much. Like, I got my kids out. My wife and I were walking around holding hands, for the first time. And we had dozens of people like that, different little stories like that.
That is amazing.
So after the first one, the plumbing company I mentioned, they did their own, and they gave away a heating and air system.
Yeah.
Like a big prize. But again, Chris is probably right. It's not the prize, it's the game.
Right. Y'all were just a pioneer in your community for other people doing this kind of thing. And I can see the emotion in your eyes when you were talking about it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's so cool. So you're in your fifth one.
This is our fifth one, yeah.
This is the fifth one. How long do you think you're going to keep doing it?
I want to keep doing it. We haven't done any for a little bit.
Okay.
Because we've had the two shops separated. And now that we merged back together again, me and him have time to play and do this kind of stuff.
So yesterday in class, we were talking about how, I use our class as an example. We've taught this class now 2 times, maybe 3 times. And every time we teach it, I pick up something new. And so I edit it, I alter it. And I said, when you're hosting an event at your shop, every time you do it, you're going to learn something new or something different to do. So with this, having done it now 4 or 5 times, I keep forgetting. Are you making changes to it every time you're doing it? Are you coming up with fresh new ways to make it better the next time?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, so the Easter egg thing on our website this time, we're hiding a link.
Okay, yeah.
That's new.
Yeah.
So that'll be the first time we've done that.
Okay.
And that's going to hopefully get people. It should take someone about 30 minutes because we're going to have them, there'll be a cursor change when they hover over it.
Now, what about, how is this impacting your team? What do they think about it? What are they saying about it? Are they getting involved in
They think it's
way?
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't play.
They're not allowed to play?
Yeah, because they might hear some pillow talk between me and Chris.
Okay, right.
My friend, he messaged me the other day and said he wasn't playing. I said, why? He said, because I'm friends and family. And I said, look, if you don't sleep in my bed or work in my office, you can play.
Right.
So him and his managers they're using ChatGPT. They used ChatGPT to solve our first clue. It took them about 10 minutes. But I can tell you, all they did was solve what location it was. ChatGPT in no way, shape, or form can help them count the
pavers,
the number that they need to get the right email address.
It's fascinating to me, but I also bet that even though your team can't participate in it, it's probably giving them some pride in the shop, right? Look, my company's doing, and there's so many great takeaways.
Because they talk about it amongst themselves and joke about it, and they're having fun with it. And they share all of our posts that we make. And
are they helping create any of the clues or anything like that?
No,
it's all Chris.
Yeah, Chris, this is 100% Chris's this time. I'm sorry he's not here.
Yeah.
But I know enough about it. I can talk to you guys about it. But yeah, so the first clues we did were a lot different. His was all in poem form. I'll read you that first one. I got it pulled up.
Yeah.
Once again, my friends, everything is in play. Pick up the clues and let's begin at this day. Random it seems, but kid yourself not. 2 rings that aren't ringed at all. Graced by the presence of water that doesn't fall. The innermost of which is cobbled for sure, contains pavers of whose number you must procure.
That's so cool.
The name of the park is hidden in this poem.
Okay.
Cool. And ChatGPT was able to figure that out.
Oh.
But it took them about 10 minutes of prompts and reading. And
yeah. Well, I mean, just the way that you laid it out a few minutes ago when you described it, and then after you just read that, because like when I read it yesterday, obviously I'm not from Amarillo, so I don't know, but I started picturing places in my town where I was like, oh, it could be this, it could be that.
And so like this thing here, it doesn't leave it completely open-ended where you're guessing because the name of the park is in here.
Yeah.
If you know what you're looking for. And people that do like puzzle games and do escape rooms and stuff, because this is kind of an escape room type puzzle that you would have to kind of look into the words a little deeper to find what you need.
That first clue, when they find that's not where the item is hidden.
No.
That's just how they get to the second clue.
Right.
Do you have like a set number of clues that y'all knew you were going to do from the beginning?
No, we never do.
No?
And the reason being is because sometimes we may have to add some extra clues for some help.
Okay.
So, and then if somebody finds it in week 3, we're done.
And then how does this thing culminate? Like when somebody finds it, what does that look like? Do y'all throw a party or anything?
No, well, okay. I want to tell you a story about the first one. So it had been a while and nobody had found it yet. There's a park with a big lake and a walking path around it. And I mean, it's all flat ground out in the open. There's nothing out there. There's a restroom. Way out in the field, there's a pole with a sign on it that says like flood area. Now be careful. So I got the medallion, put it on fishing line, put it down inside that pole and taped it around the top. You can't see it. Doesn't matter if you're standing there looking at it, you can't see it. I'm out of clues. Everyone's struggling. And so I go out there next to that pole and I take a picture of that restroom and I zoom way in on the ladies. It's very specific, because it's at a park. It's a wooden sign. It's got weathered, patterns on it. It's kind of rotten. The paint's faded. All the signs at all the restrooms at all the parks were the same, but it's like a fingerprint. And so I posted that on Facebook and said, here, I actually made a little poem, about the first one I did. Everything that I wrote was from the viewpoint of the item that we hid. So this guy was out there, one of the people that have a group together, they're working together on it. They're at the library at 2 a.m, climbing up the back of the wall. Like, what are y'all doing? He's out there walking around. They're all frustrated. And he figures out that is that bathroom sign. It has to be that bathroom sign. And he's looking at it from a perspective because he knows my phone was zoomed in because the picture's grainy. And he kicks the pole. Like he's mad in frustration. He kicks the pole and he hears tink, tink.
Oh my gosh.
And so he's looking and he's like, no way. And he kicks it again and he starts shaking it and he can hear something rattling around in it. So now his heart's like, he's telling us a story. His heart is just racing. He's about to win a car. And so
that's pretty exciting.
Well, he's a short person. So he had to call a buddy over there and his buddy had to get on all fours and he stood on his back and he's feeling around the top of that pole and he found that fishing line and pulled it out and there it was.
Wow. I thought you were about to something funny about short people. Careful, Robert. But it's exciting. It's very exciting. I love it. It's so creative. Where did the idea come from? Was it the original thing? Was it that? Like, what was your inspiration? Where did this
come up with it? I don't know. I think I thought of it. Chris thinks he thought of it. But we should do a treasure hunt, have clues, and have somebody find something.
Something fun.
Because we knew that would help with our website and Facebook page.
Now
even when we first started, it's like, yeah, we can run it through Facebook. And Chris was like, no, let's do the website to get our traffic up.
Yeah.
That's great.
But you said your first one was 20...
Like 16 or 17.
Okay, so it wasn't during COVID when people need to get out of the house and things.
No.
Not get out of the house, but, get some fresh air or whatever.
Well, we did, we've done one, 2021, somewhere in there after we opened Yellow City at some point.
Yeah.
Because we did it for Yellow City to build our website up and made a huge difference.
I don't know how I didn't know about all this. I'm glad that y'all brought it up yesterday. I think we're going to now add into our event class a whole section of virtual type of events.
Just other ways to get people engaged and have them do stuff.
Yeah. I don't know any other questions to ask about it. I love the metrics side of it. And have you had clients come in who were like, I've just been following this on Facebook and...
Yeah. There's a lot of window shoppers. Like I said, we were having 2,000 unique in a town like ours, a local web page, a local website. That's huge. 2,000 people going to your website in a week is huge.
Absolutely.
But yeah, there's a lot of window shoppers and then a small percentage of people are taking action.
Well, this is awesome. I love the idea. I love the creativity. And, it's awesome because we're not talking about Facebook or Google or, we talked about the benefit that the website is seeing, but it's not the same old thing, but it's genius. It really is. To see the kind of results that you saw in your search rankings as quickly as you did. What a unique way to get people to the website and accomplish what y'all do. It's really cool.
Yeah, and this one in particular, because of everything we've done in the previous ones and what we learned, we've come up with every way we possibly can to get more website traffic and help with the bounce rate and all that stuff. Like that's what it's geared around. And also community engagement. Let's not forget about that. But it's fun. We message people on Facebook and, one guy said, hey, I found out the number, but I'm getting an error on my email. And I'm like, you've made a mistake. And only when we make mistakes can we truly learn something. We don't help them out. I just say stuff like that.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you for sharing this with everyone today.
Thanks for talking to me about it.
I don't know. I just love it. But anyway, thanks again for being here. Thanks to everyone for listening. Remember, we are just one of a handful of podcasts on the Aftermarket Radio Network. You can find all of them at aftermarketradionetwork.com. I hope that you'll listen in again next week. And until then, go fill those bays.
You've been listening to the Auto Repair Marketing Podcast with Kim and Brian Walker. Follow the podcast on your favorite listening app. Find their emails in the show notes and visit them at shopmarketingpros.com. Let Kim and Brian know what you want discussed, because they're all about advancing the aftermarket.